ridiculously.
The processing cells. What I do, let me get some of these laid out here. First thing I do when I get the cells, I charge them all. Then I let them sit for a couple weeks, and once they set for a couple weeks, if none of them are self-discharged, I go ahead and put them into a pack holder. ADP is what I'm doing right now. Once they are all in the ADP pack, I let them sit for another week or two, and that gets me to this point right here. Up until this point, I haven't really cleaned any of the wrappers or anything. That's a low one right there, 4 volts. So theoretically, that one's been sitting for close to a month, I guess, now. Anyways, once these are ready, I go through here and get all the ones that are clean. Or clean enough for me. I'm kind of picky on them. I want them fairly clean. Wonder Woman. That's one of my first battery packs that I built that I tore back down. And I mark them if I've had problems with them. This one was obviously low voltage at some point in time. And I do that because, in case the cell gets mixed up or thrown in the wrong box, it at least gets a second chance for life. But it's obviously been charged, discharge tested, and set for quite a period of time. Enough so to proven itself to be good. And these are all fully charged. That wrapper's still good. I could theoretically, that meets my standards as far as wrapper cleanliness, but I do not want all the writing on it. While that wrapper's good and one that I used, when I first started, I didn't put the rings on, so I will actually be rewrapping that. I've still got some of those wrappers on, a bunch of them. These wrappers I got with a bunch of batteries I bought online. I don't buy them there only because they are actually a little thicker than what I would like. They would be great for probably if you use separate battery packs on their own, like e-packs or e-bike packs or something like that. But they're almost a little tight to go into the little cheap plastic holders, the trays. These were actually power to spare batteries. I had a couple that were low voltages I bought a month ago. He sends extra, so I wasn't worried about it, but they are actually have tested out to be pretty good. In the background here on YouTube, I've got my playhouse. Morton, I believe is the guy's name. Can't think of where he is. I know Danish crowns is the money he deals with. Over in the Netherlands, I guess. I had been watching a lot of his stuff on servers. Definitely a channel worth checking out if you're into that stuff. He has a bunch of Powerwall stuff too that he messes with. But usually what I do is I get, you know, a couple of what I consider packs together. When I do this, sit down, just sit back and watch YouTube. What I've done, I've transferred all my capacities over. I don't mess with the original rings when I'm redoing it. As cheap as they are, it's easier for me just to get on. Plus, they're self-adhesive, so they stay on while I'm bouncing them around. But talking about the YouTube channels, if anybody watching this has a YouTube channel, share a link in it in the description of the video, and I will most likely subscribe to you. You know, give me something else to watch. You got all the big names: Average Joe, HB Powerwalls, was it Mike's DIY Powerwall? All those guys constantly come up in searches. You know, when you search. I don't do videos for monetary value, so I'm not overly worried about it. But I don't even know if I have good enough content to even help anybody. Yeah, this is one of the first ones I wrapped. No rings around it. And the reason I did that is because I was messing with the original rings, you know, that came with the cell, and they would fall out of the wrappers and stuff. When I was trying to rewrap them, got to be a pain in the butt, and I ended up not messing with it. I'm careful enough when I solder the packs, I don't worry about it short-circuiting or anything.
I start working with the wonderful, beautiful people who are at my center. They're just really good with everybody. They're just amazing.
You know, it's crazy. Some of them just come right off, and some of them you gotta fight a little bit. It's hot today. It's over 90. I've been outside. I put my solar panels up. I'll actually put a video of that up here next week probably, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. And I usually do this in the same day that I bust up a bunch of laptop battery packs. Kind of makes a mess of the floor. I just let it all fall down, and then I go back through and we'll sweep it all up when I get done. It's funny, my dog, well, I got three, but one of them likes to lay under my chair, which it's actually a pain in the butt because he's a big old boy. He's 80 pounds or so. He'll be walking out of here and have these little rings stuck to his paws and stuff.
Inside, there is a circuit board. Not special on this side. On the other side, you can see that this is, it's not a hot drive. It actually makes room for two drives in here, so you can put two of those.
Beautiful. Now, once I got those all together, actually tried to do a bunch of these just laid out on the desk, 10 or so at a time. They didn't turn out as equally wrapped as doing it individually. Once I wrap them, they go back into the packs and then they sit. I've got 7. I think this makes pack number 8. Here shortly, I will get to getting on the bus bars and making them. But I've experienced or played around with some other packs. I kind of know how I want to do it. So out of this 80, it looks like I had 1 that was a self-drainer. Or a self-discharger, if you want to get technical. Well, like I say, that's how I get my packs. I know I'm getting real close to being able to have some enough to put together. So when I get to this point, I find it kind of relaxing to put the heat shrink on. I don't know. Like I say, if you guys have any YouTube channels, having to do with power walls or anything really, share them in the link. Let me know. I'll watch them, while I'm doing this. You guys have a good day and a good weekend. We'll catch you next time.